Friday Night Tykes was awesome and featured many young stars, so where are these players now? Well, to start, first up is Jalen Duran. The best Friday Night Tykes quarterback, Jalen Duran, who dominated through the air as he led the Mission Mustangs to winning their first ever championship. And Jalen Duran was hands down the best quarterback and had the best arm on Friday Night Tykes as he completely carried the Mission Mustangs. And Jalen Duran's amazing arm and dominance followed him throughout his football career as he started as a freshman for Mission High School. And as a freshman, he was immediately amazing, throwing for 1,465 passing yards with 14 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. And following this, Jalen Duran had 2 more great seasons as Mission's starting quarterback. As in his 3 years there, he threw for over 4,000 passing yards and 41 touchdowns to only 11 interceptions. Sadly though, for Jalen Duran, he was not super big as he only stood at 5 feet 8 and weighed 190 pounds. And Jalen Duran was also not super athletic as he only ran a 5.4 40-yard dash and only had a 20-inch vertical. And following his 3 years as Mission's starting quarterback, he decided to transfer but was not allowed to play. And sadly, as a result of this, he was a 0-star recruit in the 2022 college football recruiting class with no Division I college football offers. And now he is currently just a student at Montclair State University. And next up, we have Esteban Guillory, whose father was a coach. Are they now? The Friday Night Tykes star cornerback Esteban Guillory, who went viral for his dad being a ruthless coach and him being a shutdown corner. And Esteban Guillory's dad was an extremely tough coach for the Outlaws and called his shot saying this.
And I do believe that he will evolve into one of the top 100 players in the state of Texas.
And Esteban was an extremely good player for Cornerstone Christian High School in San Antonio, Texas. Sadly though, he never lived up to his father's hype as he was ranked as the 314th best overall player in Texas in 2022. And he had offers from schools such as San Diego, Navy, and Campbell, but ultimately decided to commit to play for Army. Sadly though, for Esteban, he never got to play at Army, transferring to play for Tyler Junior College. And Esteban played 1 year of JUCO football at Tyler Junior College before ultimately transferring to play for Murray State. And in his first year at Murray State in 2024, he would immediately start and had a great season, making 32 tackles and even having a sack. He was blossoming into a great player at Murray State and was expected to have a huge breakout season for them in 2025. But instead, Esteban Guillory decided to transfer to play for Western Illinois for his 4th season of college football. And also featured on the show was Chance Edwards, a star player who got pushed by his own coach, leading to him quitting the team. We meet Chance Edwards, who played for the Venom and went extremely viral for being a great running back, but having to leave the team after his coach did this to him. And this was absolutely crazy and insane because he was an extremely good player attending Mesquite High School in Mesquite, Texas. And he would go on to play varsity high school football for Mesquite for 4 seasons, but didn't start there until his senior season. And in his senior year, he had a great season, throwing for 1,455 passing yards and 16 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. Despite this though, he was still a 0-star recruit and was not ranked in the 2022 college football recruiting class. And he actually had no Division I college football offers, so he decided to walk on to Arkansas Pine Bluff. And despite walking on, he'd be their backup quarterback in 2022 and actually got to see playing time, throwing for 184 passing yards with 0 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And after this, he had a shot to be the starter there in 2023, but sadly would be the backup in his sophomore season once again, throwing for 462 passing yards and 4 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. After 2 years at Arkansas Pine Bluff though, he decided to enter the transfer portal, transferring to play for North Texas next season. And finally, we have Jalen Gardner, the best Friday Night Tykes jump ball receiver, Jalen Gardner, who was dominant as the #1 guy for Ashton Dubose in the 210 Outlaws. And during Friday Night Tykes, Jalen Gardner went viral for never losing a jump ball and never dropping a single pass. And this followed Jalen Gardner throughout his entire football career, as he would go on to attend TMI Epsico High School in San Antonio, Texas. And in high school, he immediately started as a freshman and dominated as he played both sides of the ball. And in his senior year, he was dominant, adding 38 tackles and an interception on defense, and then having 584 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns as a receiver. And this ultimately allowed him to become a 3-star recruit and the 1,620th best overall player in the 2023 recruiting class. And he had 2 Division I offers from UTSA and Colorado State, and he was expected to attend UTSA, but he decided to commit to play for Colorado State. And he'd be moved to a corner with the Rams and had a great freshman season, making 20 tackles and even having a pass deflection. And he was expected to have a huge breakout season in 2024, and he was off to a good start, making 16 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. And he played the first 7 games before sadly messing up his ankle against Air Force, which forced him to medically retire at the end of the season.